people. Welcome to the next episode of LT Talks, Localization Talent Talks. Today we're here in Santa Clara at Lockworld, and my guest today is Anna Schlegel. Hi Anna, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Good. Anna, you're a known entity in this industry, I think, for a number of reasons. Your career, all the things you've achieved. You're a published author.
Yes, I am, yes.
And one of the founders of Women in Localization.
I am too, yes.
So how did it all start? How did you get started in this industry?
In this industry?
Yeah.
I'm Catalan, and I studied in Barcelona. I'm a philologist.
Okay.
So that was my undergrad, was 5 years in the University of Barcelona studying philology, and philology is the love of language and culture. I studied German philology and I studied English philology. And after that I went to Germany to do some postgraduate studies in the University of Berlin at the Humboldt. And it was always this passion for language and linguistics. I thought I was going to be a teacher.
Okay.
Or a publisher, or I wasn't quite sure.
You are a publisher.
I ended up,
Published, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. But I didn't know what I would end up doing, and the way I started is I created my own translating agency. Okay. When I moved to the States, I was relatively young, and I opened up a translating agency that lasted for several years. Yeah. And one of my clients was Cisco, and this is in the early days of Cisco, and they said, well, would you want to start, they called me up on a Friday, and they said, would you like to start a translations team inside of Cisco? Because we want to go global. And I said, sure. And they, a week later I was working at Cisco and eventually, sold my agency. And that's how I started seeing that language had a huge role in how companies go global.
Fantastic. And taking you back to Women in Localization.
Yeah.
So I believe that started back in 2009, and one of the goals was to give career advice to women in this industry and help them progress.
Yeah.
Has that goal changed or grown as it's become a global movement now? And so what's changed with that in terms of...
So we started in 2008, so we're going into our 10th anniversary next year, so want to plan a big party for our 10-year. It started very small. It started when I was working at VeriSign with two of my employees. The three of us were like, wow, we're kind of lonely here. And there's not a lot of women. And we had met some localizers, but we're mainly guys. And so some of us were getting married or having kids. And we just said, let's try to find other women who are in similar positions, especially on the corporate side. I was very worried that I didn't see many women in high tech. And so we started connecting with some women that were leading language teams, or by then it was localization, the word was starting. And so we formed this small group, 3, 5, 10, 15, we're about 4,000 today.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm a member of the Dublin chapter, and I'm grateful for it.
Oh,
it's
good.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
It's great. Yeah. It's great. And so in terms of hiring then, obviously in your role you hire people, you hire talent all the time. Are you struggling to find good people, and what are the reasons for that, and how can we overcome those?
I've hired hundreds of people I've been doing this for 25 years. I spend a lot of time looking for the right person. I think there's a lot of newcomers. Sometimes you can't hire the right person, but where I've been successful is try to hire for attitude and predisposition, and I spend a lot of time building the person out. So I can tell you that the people that report into me today at NetApp, half of them, when I got them in, they were not from the localization field. Okay. They were simply not.
So if they have the right attributes, the right
they
attitude.
took a leap of faith because they knew me and they're like, okay, this lady's going to help me through, But today we have, I teach sometimes at the Monterey Institute, or we go talk to them quite often, where you see now it's a career, right? Or yesterday I was helping a class at the localization certificate. I've written some of those modules with Willem and stuff. And so now localization is a thing, right? Yeah. What I see when we go and speak at the Monterey Institute, or I go speak at Stanford, people that are in their PhDs of linguistics, they have very little insight as to what is it going to be for them, like what's on the other side, right? So I go and explain, well, you could be a vendor manager, you could be in QA, you could be an engineer, you could learn internationalization, you could be my finance person, you could be a comms person for globalization, you could be a geo manager, a geo lead, a QA manager, linguist. So we have a long list of like who you could be, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, so I could be a comms person? I'm like, yes, you could be a strategist,
Right.
So. I've developed so many roles, just thinking of how to expand this and stretch it out. It's not necessarily everybody that's a translator.
Yeah, exactly, and that's I guess what we're trying to demonstrate here today is that there's.
Oh, I could give you a long list.
Careers.
Yes.
Yes.
Because, for example, at NetApp right now, and it hasn't been the case everywhere where I've worked, but I drive global strategy.
Okay.
Global strategy is fascinating, right? You get to see like the revenue of the countries, what products you want to position in what countries. So that's a whole other part of this, right? And I have all these folks in my team now that are using Tableau, and they can look at analytics and wow, this product performed better in that other country. It's like, oh my God, it's so luxurious to be able to have a more expanded team.
Exactly. And what do you love most about it, and what would you tell somebody, in order to sort of attract them in to this industry?
I have never, ever met one person that got in this industry and got out.
Yes. And then they came back.
We're all like crazy about it.
Yeah.
But I have seen people coming in from other industries. I think if you're good at talking to people from other countries and you're naturally curious about other cultures, if you're a good negotiator, I love diplomats. I love people that know how to align from the headquarters to the countries to the geographies. There's a lot that they can learn. And you see through localization and through strategy, you can see how the company works. So you can help a lot.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Anna Schlegel, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank
taking
you.
your time out of your busy
Yes,
conference.
absolutely.
To share your insights.
Thank you.
You've been watching LT Talks, Localization Talent Talks. Let's keep the talent conversation going. Please join us for additional episodes of LT Talks here at Lockworld and other conferences around the globe. And if you want to find out more, please look at our LT Talks page. Let's tweet, share, and raise awareness for the wonderful careers that people can have in the localization industry. I'm Annette Lawler. Thanks for watching.